How's everything going, guys? Welcome to another video here. I am ACA Guenter. Welcome to my first reaction video back after my early August hiatus. I hope you guys are having a great day. It is hot today. The day I'm recording this right now is 31 Celsius, which is 90 odd Fahrenheit. And before anyone in America goes, that's not that hot, try and live in British houses. And also the humidity here is completely different. Our British houses are built for one reason, that's to keep heating. I've got my little mini desk fan on me and it does the job, just keeps me cool, makes it bearable. So today we're going to be doing the final Jim Carrey film in the set of videos I was doing. This one is Disney's The Christmas Carol from 2009, directed by Robert Zemeckis, the creator of, he did the Polar Express, didn't he? And he also did the Back to the Future films. So this is the final one. I've got no more after this, and then it'll be back to just random films again. So should we get on with the video, guys? Let me know what you reckon I'm drinking. I'm drinking a dark carbonated beverage. It's carbonated. Try and guess what it is. So I want to see if any of you guys can guess what I'm drinking. I'm not gonna say what it is. So let's go.
This episode brought to you by Stamps.com. Why go to the store to get stamps when you can have them printed right at home for your convenience? Also brought to you by DoorDash. The app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door.
Yeah. Also, I should have said this at the start. My wife loves this film.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. I've made no secret that one of my favorite stories of all time is A Christmas Carol. But weirdly, there's not a definitive film version. Everybody has one they like the most, but there's no Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz, or...
For me, I'll probably have to say The Muppets. The Muppets Christmas Carol. Probably.
Or Bela Lugosi, Dracula. That one gold standard that everybody thinks about when you mention it. But make no mistake, everybody has tried. Many of us feel like we can recite these lines in our sleep, we've heard them so many times. For me, the story is so good, I can watch it. Michael Caine's brilliant at Scrooge. Kelsey Grammer's not too bad. Bad adaptation and still get something out of it. I think
Patrick Stewart's good as well, yeah.
The idea is that clever and powerful. And one that sadly gets shit on quite a bit, even if it is a little justifiable, is Robert Zemeckis's.
HSB bank account. Disney's A Christmas Carol, which is ironic, because The Muppets is technically Disney Christmas Carol as well.
Oh, Zemeckis. The 2000s are doing you hard, aren't they?
Oh.
With his over-reliance on CG effects to a point where he created a motion capture studio thinking this was the future of film. You can't blame him for being excited about what he thought was a new way of storytelling. But while 3D animation has found a groove that audiences like, while still leaving room to experiment that artists like, Zemeckis kept his one style that was becoming very dated very fast. Christmas Carol was the last of these films he directed, and everybody was ready to hate it. It looked like every other Christmas Carol that had been done before it, just with Beowulf graffitied all over it. Which...
Oh yeah! Was Beowulf Zemeckis as well? Hi, I'm Beowulf. I remember an Xbox 360 game of Beowulf as well, apparently it's not very good.
Carrying the lead role, the advertising was trying to be as over the top and literally in your face as it could be.
The ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future.
And while yes, there are some moments like that, the film does actually have some subtleties, clever ideas, and even a few of my favorite moments in any Christmas Carol. In fact, the surprising problem wasn't how goofy and lighthearted it was, but rather how relentlessly dark it was. Almost like Zemeckis knew people thought it was gonna be silly, so he borrowed a few pages from Hellraiser's script. I of course love it.
Yeah, Robert Zemeckis with Beowulf. Yeah, $150 million budget, box office 196. So it barely made its money back. Okay. Well, I've just learned something new today.
Dark as hell Christmas Carol, but it needs to balance out and actually have me appreciate, you know, Christmas.
Don't you just love the fact of I'm watching a video based on Christmas in early August? Because it's like 32 degrees today. I am baking right now.
While it's very clear and balanced mucks that up along with some other seemingly obvious problems, I will admit I do kind of have a soft spot for it. That's the word. Yeah, sure. Well, we'll go with that. It doesn't all work in the end, but the scenes that do, I think, are worth checking out for any Christmas Carol stan like myself. So let's take a closer look. This is Robert Zemeckis' 2009's Robert Zemeckis' A Christmas Carol. Well, the film wants to throw you in hell right away. This opening of Marley dead and this creepy as shit Undertaker asking for a tip is enough to make anyone say fa la 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 la. And knowing some of the awkward animation in this, maybe he was supposed to look cute, I don't know. Making up the debt by taking the coins off Marley's eyes is a nice twisted touch, as the film almost says, all right, Christmas. We gotta work in some of that imagery here before we focus on environment on par with a dirty coffin.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Humbug.
Years pass and we see Scrooge, played like I said before by Jim Carrey, talking to his nephew Fred, played by Colin Firth.
What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be so dismal? You're rich enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Jim's voice. Jim's changed his voice up a bit for this one. Yeah. Fair play, Jim.
So Carrey is alright as Scrooge. For as cartoony as both his design and the advertising was, I like he is nowhere near the most over-the-top Scrooge I've seen. Finney, Grammer, even sometimes Kane I associate as being more over-the-top than Carrey.
Yeah, when someone tells think of an actor, think of Scrooge, that's who I think of. I think of Michael Caine.
He's actually much more reserved than you would imagine in this role. Okay, I'm not gonna say subtle, but for all the flashy camera work and whooshing through whatever to show off, these opening scenes can just rely on the acting alone.
If I were to dock you £half for it, you'd think yourself ill-used. Yet you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
The issue is, Carrey is surrounded by actors who would make a much better Scrooge. Colin Firth, Gary Oldman, even Bob Hoskins. Oh my god, imagine Bob Hoskins as Scrooge. Okay, he's not the right age or weight, but I don't know, do what they did with Carrey with him, change the image. Isn't that the whole idea of this animation? Because when these guys are acting, they're doing just that, acting. Carrey has to act, do an old man.
Yeah, also, Colin Firth, kinda, the actual imagery of Colin Firth, he actually looks like Colin Firth. Sorry, my thing's doing it again, look. The green screen's acting up again. Sorry.
And voice and a British accent. Which again is okay, but it's just another filter he has to work through, on top of this half-real, half-not animation filter. Again, he's really not bad, but it is distracting when his entire supporting cast is much easier to find believable.
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why can't we be friends?
Good afternoon.
Truth be told, I would have thought he'd be a better Bob Cratchit. I also think he could have knocked that role out of the park. Just imagine the Majestic, but not painfully trying for an Oscar.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this?
And yeah, I've talked about rotoscope and motion capture animation a lot in this series. It's honestly hard to remember what I've said without repeating.
Polar Express, the only film my son's watched from start to finish. Definitely have to rewatch that one, but I might wait till Christmas for that one. But I'm probably gonna wait till around Christmas for that one.
Beating myself. All I'll say this time around is I think it looks better when it's hand-drawn. Because that's taking the complexities of human movement and reducing it down to a lot.
Oh, Ralph Bakshi. Literally, when I saw that, the first thing came in my head was Doug's brother on the Cool Work review going, "You lazy asshole!"
Line. How much of a human being can you capture with something as simple as a drawn line? It's interesting to experiment with and look at. This is trying to take all the complex movement, lighting, and textures of real life and make it look like the complex movement, lighting, and textures of real life. I don't know, I think I would have liked it better if they did it more like a painting. That would have been something a lot newer and challenged the eye much more.
Yeah, that looks sick, to be fair. That image there, probably do me to replace the face with me. That'd be sick, to be fair.
As is, it's basically Polar Express remastered. And you can hear my pros and cons on that in the other review.
Be here all the earlier the next morning.
So, okay, you know the drill. Scrooge gives Bob Cratchit, played by Gary Oldman, the day off, which causes him to celebrate in this strange way. Did you like the way they animated the face of one of Shrek's babies onto him?
Da-da!
Yeah, do you want to know? I actually found it. I believe A Christmas Carol was written in 1843. I think it was 1843. It was written. It was written in the 1840s.
Why does everything seem to happen to me?
Scrooge sees the face of Marley on his door, and again, give the film credit, it really does take time to build up the suspense.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's too long. That's way too. That looks like Jim. I love Jim Carrey. I do. I love the man. Oh, that's too long.
Must go faster.
Yeah, maybe if this wasn't the most popular thing ever written, I'd be more on the edge of my seat, but I think most people know what's coming.
It's all still a hand.
Jacob Marley enters the room, also played by Gary Oldman. And yeah, I'll just say it, I really don't think this scene works. I don't feel a connection between him and Scrooge like they were old business partners. He's not really scary because of scenes of him spitting and whatever the hell this is.
Oh.
He just took one of the film's most famous lines and turned it into a silly side joke. And the laughs just keep on coming. The definitive version, everybody. Jesus, Goofy had more class.
Oh.
What do you want with me?
The only thing I was kind of digging was he didn't look at him at first, which gave an otherworldly feel that was kind of creative and welcomingly uncomfortable. But then he looks right at him the rest of the time, so I guess that's ruined. Can you see him or not? Carrie gets a cute laugh here and there.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits. I'd rather not.
And they legit make these other
I'd
ghosts
rather not.
outside pretty unsettling. They legit gotta jump out at me in the theater. But we get back to our Uncanny Valley Museum pretty fast when Carrie plays the ghost of Christmas Past.
A solitary child, neglected by his friends.
The fuck?
Okay, good things first. This design is unique.
Yeah.
Literally making him a candle is crazy clever.
Yeah.
Carrie playing all the ghosts, I also think is really smart. They
Yeah.
reflect different.
I completely agree. Yeah. 100%. I agree with you there, Doug. 100% I agree with you. Making Jim Carrey play all 3 of the spirits, good move.
time periods of Scrooge, so making them look like Scrooge does actually match up. Why other actors play other roles, I have no clue, but I thought this was a good choice. The execution, though? Good God!
Would you so soon put out with your worldly hands
Jim's fucking terrifying.
the light?
Of hell! He sounds like asthmatic Lucky Charms, looks like Hades let his hair grow too long, and does a dance. I have no idea why, they just take time to show he can do a little dance. Turn to the left, turn to the right.
Take it back now, y'all.
4 clicks this time.
We're about to done. Bit of cha-cha slide. Take it back now, y'all.
What a touch of my hand there.
If you get an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, you're welcome.
Takes him back to when he was a little boy, and yes, when this movie wants to look beautiful, it can be exactly that. Just ignore American Psycho as the flame from Animaniacs. That's quite pretty.
Let's go on.
One of the best moments in A Christmas Carol for me? I love him alone in this classroom singing.
Gets the spirit right there.
The animation, the camera work, the lighting, all of it's both really soothing and kind of unsettling. I think it's one of the few moments where the Uncanny Valley actually adds to the uncomfortable feel.
Yeah.
I also gotta say, even though I'd love to see him as Scrooge, Hoskins practically seems born to play Fezziwig.
Yes, home lads! No more work tonight! It's Christmas Eve!
He hasn't been this happy since he heard Mario Brothers wasn't getting a sequel.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bob Hoskins, by the way. He died. Oh, it must have been, it's been at least 7 years, 8 years, I think. I think he died in like 2018.
But I'm sorry, what the hell's going on here? Were they like, well, Mr. Toad played him in the other Disney version, so let's have him hop around like a frog freshly castrated. What are the rules of this world? He meets up with... I just realized I don't think they ever give her name in this version. And even though the romance between them is usually rushed in the story, this one still flies by too quick.
Yeah.
Again, even Daisy at least gets a line in the Mickey one.
Yeah.
Which, wait a minute, I just realized she's gonna date his nephew after him? Damn, bitch, that's vengeance.
Another idol has replaced me.
It does lead to this nice touch with the candle I'll admit I missed before, and arguably my favorite over-the-top Scrooge read. Carrie's been okay as Scrooge, but something about the way he says this line just cracks me up.
When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy!
I was a boy! Maybe in rehearsals that sounded chilling, but in the film, it sounds like Count Olaf showing off for his
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does sound like Olaf done it.
acting troupe.
I was a boy!
Imagine my surprise. Scrooge sees all the faces of his past in the ghost, which I think works better written than visually. And he tries putting him out with his cap, but gets launched into the air. A little silly, but again, compared to the advertising where he shouts, "Humbug!" I can't say it's that bad. Oh, I had a
That should be a broken shoulder right there.
dream. I ruined 2 Christmas classics. Nope, just one.
No, no, shut up, Doug. The Grinch is a great film and you know it. Damn. Guys, I haven't done it yet. About 3 weeks ago I did The Grinch, so do check that one out.
I took 2 things that I love, dancing and
Happy holidays to you all.
I'm just going to skip the ads, guys. There's, that was 3.5 minutes of ads. I know you need to get your money, but sometimes it can be a bit too long. But anyway, so we've got about 9 minutes of review left. So we're going to move on to Ghost of Christmas Present. If you have seen this film and you do like this film, let me know what you like about this film. If you haven't, and what is your favourite Christmas Carol film? Let me know in the comments below.
Watch Doug play Ratchet & Clank 2016 every Friday on Twitch. We also have content 6 days a week. Hope to...
Now it's 5 days a week. They don't do... They've cut down their content quite a bit. They have now Channel Awesome. Speaking of streaming, there's a part of me that wants to start streaming again. I'm actually thinking about... I do want to stream again. Actually, I'm just trying to say... I'm trying to say it. I want to stream again. And I'll probably have started streaming again by the time you guys see this, so... remove if applicable.
See you there.
Let's go.
Scrooge is approached by the ghost of Christmas Present, who's pretty much Fat Bastard and Jesus on nitrous oxide. I didn't think I could be out-weirded by Lumiere's equivalent of Freddy Krueger, but this half-baked and living color character sure is coming close.
Oh. Can I go now?
Yeah.
Okay,
go
yes,
now.
his acting is really awkward here, but there are some legit great moments. Firstly, the way they travel is extremely unique. They stay in the house and it appears to fly while they look down through the floor. That doesn't sound like that would work, but the camera movement, the animation, and even the music really make it a one-of-a-kind experience.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorite all-time Christmas Carol moments was experiencing this in IMAX and 3D.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really not kidding when I say
I'll bet you that looks amazing in 3D.
it looked phenomenal. If they ever re-released it that way again, I'd see it opening night. The moment really was that good. When it's a dramatic moment, Carrie does this character okay.
Their deeds of ill will and selfishness at our age. Charge their doings to them, not us.
And again, I love feeding into the idea that these ghosts are kind of versions of him when he literally turns into him saying his own lines back to him.
If he is to die, he had better
Do it and decrease the surplus population.
Everything else is pretty by the numbers. The Cratchits are poor but happy. Tiny Tim looks sick.
I like the fact that Scrooge complained, saying there's too many people living in London, when London nowadays has probably got 6 times more people in it. Maybe even more. It's probably more than that.
But hopeful, and everyone at Fred's party makes fun of Scrooge. They're not bad scenes, they're just what we've seen in a million other versions. But here's something new that's pretty insane. The ghost starts to fade and he shows Scrooge the forgotten children of man, ignorance and want. Okay, that's in the original, but it is not in this crazy-ass way.
Are there no prisons?
Are there no workhouses?
This is a scene from Krampus,
Yeah.
a horror film parody of A Christmas Carol. Yeah, I think I just gave them their next one.
Yeah, they've done. I think they're the same ones they're doing Bambi, aren't they? There's a Bambi one coming.
Okay, Billy, you can stop hiding under the sea. Christmas Carol can't be scary longer than... What issues are you working through, Zemeckis? Oh, but don't worry. The scary part of the film starts now. Right? Wasn't this so well balanced out? Carrie plays the third ghost as well, which is kind of pointless seeing how he's just a shadow, but whatever, it's not a big deal. But as I know a lot of critics have pointed out, we get a totally pointless action sequence. He suddenly starts chasing him for a good long while just to show off some flashy effects that now look like a Christmas version of Dead by Daylight. This goes on for 5 minutes, and none of it is needed at all. You literally could cut it and miss nothing. Watch.
The night is waning fast. It's precious time to me. Lead on, spirit.
Would you even know they left out the essential moment of Scrooge as the ant bully?
Christmas pudding, no doubt.
What was the point of that?
With a simple search, you can discover the world.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Oh, it's an unskippable ad. Yeah, YouTube recently I've been doing every time I watch a video now they take 2 ads. One unskippable, one skippable. That's what they've been doing. Apparently they're talking about getting rid of the skippable ads, making all of them, you have to watch them all. Yep.
I'm gonna say you took him down while he was lying there.
Luckily, when the story returns, it does get back to form. Much of Christmas futures as you've seen in other versions, but we are given by far the best scene in the entire movie and easily one of the best moments of any Christmas Carol.
Oh, please don't be great.
When it's revealed that Tiny Tim did in fact die, Cratchit tries to keep it together and walks away from his family. He stops right in front of Scrooge, having no idea he's there, and lets out all his unfiltered sadness. Holy shit, is that brilliant.
Yeah.
Scrooge has nowhere to turn. He has to look at this raw emotion straight in his eyes. And because Bob has no idea he's there, he's letting out his deepest sorrow for what he thinks is no one to see. Standing ovation, a million chef's kisses, this scene alone justifies this film's existence. The following again is pretty standard. He sees his grave, vows to change, and big scary music plays.
I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it on the air.
The one thing they do that's kind of fun is the shadow gets more and more three-dimensional as his time nears its end. Like the future is becoming more and more real the longer he keeps things the way they are. Again, there are some clever ideas in this.
Merry Christmas!
Scrooge is returned home, though, and discovers it's Christmas Day. Again, it's all pretty standard, except for the maid thinking he's gone mad. That legit got a good laugh out of me.
Next year we must have this dinner at my house. I insist.
And once more, it'd be so easy for Carrie to go too big here, but he gives the proper amount needed. I buy it.
And Scrooge was better than his word. He did all that he said he would.
Wait, weren't we reading a book? Was Bob Cratchit Charles Dickens the whole time? What are the rules?
As good a man as the good old city ever knew.
I do love that his movement from right to left slowly wipes to the future, where we see Scrooge with Tim saying the final line. It's a tiny touch, but I love little moments like that.
Yeah.
God bless us, everyone.
And even though I can't say the big picture works, the little moments do go a long way.
Yeah.
This Christmas Carol is sloppily ambitious. Of course the story is dark, but it focuses way too much on that, giving us little time to appreciate the joyful moments in Lust for Life. Which is ultimately the story's goal. It's not like a grown-up parody like Scrooged or something. It clearly wants to be the best one without understanding what just makes a good one good. But yes, some of the ideas and executions do really work and are incredibly clever and emotional. I'd be lying though if I didn't say the majority of the time I wasn't thinking of other versions that handled a lot of these scenes much better. So
that's what I'm thinking. Like when it was showing certain scenes, I was thinking, oh, that's in the Muppets one, or that's betterly done in the Muppets one. Like Michael Caine's better than Jim Carrey's Scrooge, for example. That's what I was thinking.
yeah, it is a little hard to give a final word on it. If you're sick of the story and seeing it everywhere, I don't think this is gonna win you over. But if you're a die-hard fan like I am, I think you'll appreciate the moments that really do land in it. And, at the very least, be fascinated by the ones that don't.
Yeah.
Yes, it's awkward, but if you know the story so well you don't mind sitting through a bit of that, you just might find enough special moments.
Yeah.
I'm a nostalgia critic, guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Oh.
So still doing toys for what is it? Toys for Tots? Yeah, Toys for Tots. So I've just got it up on my phone. The Christmas Carol, 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it is slap bang in the middle. It's slap bang right in the middle on when it comes to videos. It's slap bang in the middle for film quality. As I said, my wife's seen that film. My wife really enjoys it. She thinks it's a really good film. She thinks it's really well done. But whenever she wants to watch Christmas Carol, she wants to watch that one. Whenever I want to watch Christmas Carol, I go Muppets. So, because that's one I grew up with. I grew up with the Muppets Christmas Carol. That's what I grew up with. So, anyway, guys, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys are wondering, my next reaction video will be on Friday. As I did start a couple of weeks ago, I'm going through Reusz Just Bad Games again. We're starting episode 2, which I believe was RoboCop for the PlayStation 2. So yeah, I know I've watched a few of them end of last year, but I only watched like 8 out of 50. So I'm gonna start going through them again. It just gives me something else to watch on the channel. So that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you are new. I will see you tomorrow for my next video where we continue Doom the Dark Age. Alright, we're going to continue that tomorrow. We're on chapter 8 or 9. One of the two. Chapter 8 or 9. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Peace. Love you all. Bye-bye.